What's going on, YouTube? We are live again. It's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Still on the move. Got to get this one in though. Everything is related to economics right now. Everything is related. And it's always been, I guess, having an understanding of financial freedom of how you would look at things, even how you would look at people, right? Now, y'all know I done the stream where I said modern women are a danger to your finances, assets, and potential. Ebony K. Williams and her attitude, the attitude of a lot of women in this country, especially black women, are those women that are a danger. And I'm telling you, I just done a stream asking questions about what happened to the money that Goldman Sachs gave black women, right? But Ebony K. Williams and these women with these unreasonable expectations. Also, the blasphemy, man. I'm gonna use that word a lot, man. I'm talking about blasphemy is real. Like, these people forget where they come from. These people forget when they came from poverty and lower middle class to work their way up a couple tiers in the middle class. They forget that, right? And then they don't understand statistical data, refuse to acknowledge it, especially when it shows that there's a issue that needs to be resolved based on um, just negative numbers in a certain area, right? When it pertains to them, they want to disregard it. You know, you want to rethink. Now you want to rethink because you didn't understand that both black men and black women, men and women in general, are in the middle class at an equal rate. So all that old not being able to find somebody financially attractive, again, I told y'all in that stream was some bullshit. You know, it gets into lifestyle, them being greedy, them want to live off somebody and leech off somebody. They don't even know what to do with their own fucking money. They talk about they make more money, but they waste it. So here we are. I'm gonna talk about inflation. I'm gonna mention it. Inflation is tearing their ass up. You got to be tried and true out here to be an independent person, to be doing it every day by yourself, and not give out, not fall to the wayside. And these women aren't built to handle what they signed up for. They signed up to be independent. They signed up to be educated and choose a career path, uh, and to be able to have bragging rights about making their own money and making a certain amount of money. Yet they didn't want to contribute to a household. They didn't want to contribute their finances to a household. Definitely under male leadership and under a structure and strategy, especially an economic group, economic teamwork effort, right? It's always been easier in strength in numbers. I don't know why these females don't get that, you know. But and you wanna look at it from a nature perspective because men and women need each other. But like it's like these new era of women, modern women, I tell y'all the worst women in the history of time. And you just can't trust them. It's too much of a risk. You can't build with them. And then you had these guys I ain't talking about don't no real man build with no woman. Man, shut up. Y'all dudes are crazy too. I am well past men being delusional about traditionalism. When you can't control what's going on economically and within the power structure that makes day to day making a living like a real task. All you dudes don't get money coming in like y'all can just pay for a whole household in 2024. So y'all need to stop it, and y'all confuse women. You can't get mad when they say my money is my money and your money is our money. So what is the whole purpose of them making money anyway if they're not going to use it for the betterment overall and overall welfare of the relationship, the marriage, the family, and to help get closer to financial freedom? What's the purpose of them making any money? It's actually rather backwards because they come to you with their school debt and, it takes them 30 years to pay it off and they get in desperation mode. And a lot of that is their motivation factor for trying to find a man in a certain tax bracket so he can pay it off for them. Give me a minute. Had to watch out. I'm driving. All right, we back. My bad. Had to watch myself on the road here. So y'all excuse me. Um, there's a lot of motivating factors like lifestyle, debt. You know, money management is a real thing. It's a real thing, and being over consuming is a real thing. You know, they don't know what they should be doing with their money, let alone yours. Just as much as they don't know how to really value themselves and value you as a man and have some type of sensibility, being humble, right? Now, I think Ebony K. Williams, somebody has given her some mathematics in regard to individual worth as a woman, worth as a man, looking at where men and women are financially through some data, and kind of getting an epiphany about how money is spent and the foolishness of lifestyle claims. I don't doubt that she may probably even seen some of what we talked about over here. You know, but I want y'all to understand that I'm always reference the other races and nationalities. They don't look at stuff the way modern women and most Americans do. They do group economics, teamwork, home economics. They work together. They put it all in one pot. They come up with a goal and a mission, and everybody does their part. For some reason over here, you can't get people to understand that. I've done that before, man. Like, I've taken women with credit scores below 600, no credit. I've taken women that didn't have a job, got them jobs. I've put a woman in her first house. I've put a couple women, taking them out of projects. And you show them what the goals and the missions are, and you give them their responsible roles to follow under your leadership. And you try to guide them with the understanding of the numbers and why we make money and what we need to be doing. Handling our business. You know, but they include the other stuff. It really don't be the men. They from that point on they get to worry about status. I don't give a fuck about status. Whether I had a status or not, I don't give a fuck about it. You know why? Other people have nothing to do with what I have to do every day in order to live. I have to meet my own criteria and my own goals and my own milestones. I have to do that. Nobody's going to do it for me. And when I get there, the fruits of my labor are for my disposal. It's not. I mean, I've been past peer pressure, um, you know, and all that kind of shit. I've been past. I've been past that shit since probably like ninth, 10th grade. I knew people weren't shit way back then. Like you just got to go get the money and go get it for yourself. And you don't need to show nobody nothing that you're doing. Nobody needs to really be in your business unless you got a select group, people that are on your team. That's it. You know, women include all this other shit, status and being social and wanting to buy things to keep up with the Joneses and portray this lifestyle and talk and run their mouths and shit. You know, that's what women do. They're caught up on that shit. If they got past that shit just as much as they got past uh, seeking attention and understanding, uh, low body count, hopefully being able to survive, not going too far past a moderate body count, and learning to cling and bond to one man and work with that man and build with that man, they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in right now. And black women need to stop getting influenced by other people, other outside forces to separate themselves from black men. But this is where we're at, man. Like this shit, I'm telling you, watching these Democrats, watching black women, watching women in general, and watching these other races and nationalities as an American man, black or white, traditional, original American man, watching how they have made a mess of things. Like you just can't do nothing now but really separate yourself from them and keep a watch. Because it's becoming the way you just got so many things to worry about that can disrupt you and how you live your life. And that's a shame that this country, you know, at one point was probably in a good place. Now it's just like they're really trying to force like some crazy, this crazy, disruptive, unstable environment where it's just not worth it. You know, I'm gonna do another stream related to this, but I just want y'all to know, man. Like I'll be dead on. I'll be dead on. I'm telling you. I was talking to somebody the other day. He was talking about the immigration crisis, and you know, obviously, an idiot made a comment. Well, don't nobody want those jobs, no way. And I had to walk him through a follow the money process, right? So I told him, you take one Mexican, you put him in McDonald's. You give him 2 to 5 years, he's the manager. You worried about the starting point. You're not worried about the end game, right? Next thing you know, more than likely he got over here illegally, or he didn't go through the correct full legal process to be a migrant. Next thing you know, he's the manager now. Now he has every shift that McDonald's operates on a day-to-day basis filled up with 95, 97% Mexicans or Spanish-speaking nationalities, right? And there's no telling how many that all live together and or are in the same family and live in the same household. Two people flipping burgers in one apartment, one household is teamwork. And as they move up, they do that, and they all talk about splitting things and the goals for each other and helping each other. You're not looking at the science and the math, the group economics and the teamwork. That's one fall of the money scenario. The other fall of the money scenario is Indian guy comes over here, whether he's a doctor, whether he's in IT, you know, comes over here, gets over here for a while, gets a particular type salary, income coming in, builds his credit, buys a home, you know. They may come in a group. They come in groups sometimes. I've seen Indian people all live in one apartment. Everybody got an IT job. And they stay in there for years. They buy cars, cash. They don't finance anything. They finance very little. And then next thing you know, all of them leave that apartment and everybody buys a brand new house. Now you got a whole neighborhood of 3, 4, 500, $500,000 homes of Indian people. What's even more interesting is with these new Indian neighborhoods, from houses to apartments that are filled with primarily just them, you wonder who's renting to them, who's the property manager, or who's the actual landlords, the owners that has these whole apartment complexes and neighborhoods. There's actually a town not far from me that's primarily Indian. And guess what happens? They get political representation from Senate to Congress. I mean, just across the board. Now you have an Indian person as a rep, as a senator, on Congress, and his English is just as it would be when he just left his country. His English has even improved. So you can follow money different ways. But y'all don't understand that. Black women don't understand that. And this is why, those two scenarios, you don't have the businesses that you have, you don't control the jobs and the corporations, and you don't have the proper representation. I don't know when black women are going to get that. You need to get with a man, and y'all need to sit down. Once y'all figure out, after getting knowing one another, that y'all love each other, y'all attracted to each other, and y'all can form a bond. Y'all need to understand business, because everybody's running circles around us, and y'all don't get it. This is your boy Zulu Gutter. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll talk to y'all later.